Close your eyes. Imagine the world stops breathing. Right now, as you sit there, you are hurtling through the vacuum of space at 1600 kilometers per hour. You don't feel it because the motion is constant. But what if, in a single heartbeat, the Earth just quit? Welcome to Beyond the Scenario. Here, we face the impact. The horror doesn't come from the stop itself, but from inertia. Imagine a car hitting a brick wall at 1,000 miles per hour. That is our reality. Inertia is the silent executioner. Because the atmosphere and everything not anchored to the bedrock keep moving at supersonic speeds, the world effectively launches itself. People, cars, and buildings become projectiles, hurtled eastward with the force of a nuclear blast. You wouldn't just fall, you would be vaporized against the nearest wall before your brain could register the pain. If you want to survive the next scenario, subscribe now. We are just getting started. The wind is the real monster. The air, still spinning at 1,600 kilometers per hour, becomes a global pressure washer. It would strip the paint off skyscrapers, the soil off the earth, and the skin off anything living. Imagine the sound of 1 billion windows shattering at once as every city on the planet is scrubbed clean. This is the kinetic scouring of civilization. Tell me in the comments, where would you even try to hide? The silence is coming, and it is heavy. The screaming winds have died down, leaving a graveyard of shattered cities, but a new, slower horror is waking up. At Beyond the Scenario, we look at the physics others ignore. Our planet isn't a perfect circle, it's fat at the middle because of the spin. This is the equatorial bulge. Without rotation, the centrifugal force vanishes. Now, gravity takes over. The oceans, no longer held at the center, begin a slow, unstoppable crawl toward the north and south poles. Imagine standing on a beach and seeing the horizon grow taller. This isn't a wave, it's the entire ocean migrating. A wall of water, kilometers high, begins to swallow the continents. Entire countries like Canada, Russia, and the United Kingdom vanish under the rising tide. Meanwhile, at the equator, the water disappears, revealing a massive new continent of salt and dead sea life. Like this video and share it with a survivor. Your support keeps the archive running. The weight of this shifting water is so immense, it triggers planetary-scale earthquakes. The crust of the Earth groans under the new pressure. You are caught in a trap of physics. The air at the equator becomes too thin to breathe, while the air at the poles becomes a crushing, pressurized soup. But the worst part isn't the water or the air, it's the sun. The clock is broken, and the biological nightmare is starting. Are you ready for the longest day of your life? Humanity was built for a 24-hour cycle. Your heart, your brain, and your cells all dance to the rhythm of the sun. But when you go beyond the scenario, the rhythm is a flat line. Because the Earth still orbits the sun but no longer rotates, a single day now lasts an entire year. Imagine 6 months of a sun that never sets, followed by 6 months of a darkness so deep it feels like a physical weight. Your mind would fracture within weeks. The nightmare has just begun. On the day side, temperatures climb to a constant 150 degrees. The soil turns to glass. On the night side, it drops to minus 100. The atmosphere freezes and falls to the ground as carbon dioxide snow. Without a sunset, your brain forgets how to sleep. Without a sunrise, your spirit withers. To survive, you must live in the twilight zone, the thin strip between fire and ice. Hit that notification bell to stay in the light. We are diving deeper now. Evolution takes a dark turn here. Deep-sea creatures crawl onto the dark land, evolving into blind, pale nightmares that hunt by vibration in the eternal night. Humans become subterranean shadows, living like moles in the cold dirt, dreaming of a world that once moved. What would be harder to survive? The 6 months of burning light or the 6 months of freezing darkness? Let's debate the survival tactics in the comments. We are approaching the final breath of our planet. Everything we have discussed, the winds, the floods, the heat, is just the physical symptoms. The final horror is invisible. Deep beneath the Earth's crust is a core of molten iron. Its constant churning, driven by the planet's rotation, creates the magnetosphere. This is our invisible shield. Without the spin, the core stops its dance. The shield flickers and dies. Now, the Earth is naked. This is the end of the world as we know it. The void is calling. The solar wind, a stream of lethal particles from the sun, begins to strip our atmosphere away. Every breath becomes a struggle for oxygen that is leaking into space. The sky turns a sickly, bruised purple as cosmic rays shred DNA on contact. The stars watch as Earth turns into a sterile, radioactive desert. We are left like Mars, a red, airless rock haunted by the ruins of a civilization that didn't know how lucky it was to be spinning. Subscribe to go beyond. If you want to see what happens when the sun itself vanishes, click the video on your screen right now. Our work at Beyond the Scenario is designed to prepare you for the unthinkable. Subscribe, hit the bell, and stay curious, because the world is still spinning, for now. Thank you for venturing into the dark with us today. Sleep well, if the shadows will let you. We will see you in the next scenario. The archive is always watching. Stay terrified.